Hi everyone, just thought while I'm making my breakfast this morning I'd run you through the baked oats recipe that I like to use every morning. For this you're obviously going to need sugar. I've got the sweetener, I think it's Canterol or something like that, because it's less syns than normal sugar, and I think because of the amount that I'm having in it, it's less than a tablespoon, so it's free. I've got my oats, which I'm going to be using 40 grams as my healthy bit extra for the day. You'll need a light or fat-free yoghurt. Mine is toffee from Aldi. I've also got Sweet Freedom Choc Shop at the back. This is half a syn per teaspoon, I think it is, but you might want to check on the app. I've also got 2 eggs, some vanilla essence, a little container to put it in, a weighing scale to measure out my oats, so then I stay on the healthy B, which is 40 grams, and then I've just got a teaspoon to measure out my vanilla essence and like my sugar and stuff, a fork to mix it, and obviously a bowl. So to start with, I've preheated my oven to 180 degrees. Mine's a fan oven, but it might vary for yours. And then next I'm going to spray my tray that I'm going to be baking them in with a little bit of fry light, so then it doesn't stick when I add the mixture in. So I'm just going to put a few little sprays in there, just get it all covered. So to start with, I'm just going to measure out 40 grams of oats. These are your healthy bee option. I'm not entirely sure on other recipes, but that's how much goes into this recipe, and it makes it so that you're using just your healthy extra and nothing else. So next I'm just going to put a teaspoon of this into it. I think it gives it a little bit more flavour, and obviously I'll put all the ingredients and the places where I buy stuff down below so you can check them out. But I think this one so far has been the best flavouring I've seen so far, because it is just the flavouring. I don't think it's actually the essence, but it's really nice. Into that I'm also going to add 3 teaspoons of the sugar, well the sweetener, into it. That's how much the recipe states to have in, so I tend to make them level teaspoons. I'm about to also put 2 eggs in, but obviously I can't film that with one hand because it's quite hard, and I'm not really mastered being able to crack them with one hand yet. So now that I've added the eggs in, the next step is to put half a yoghurt in. I tend to go about 3/4 or whatever I've got left from the day before. This just helps to thicken it out and make there more recipe for you to use, basically. The next step is to measure out 1 teaspoon of the Sweet Freedom. Again, this is optional, so if you don't want to syn your breakfast, you don't need to add this in, but I think it's a good bit of flavour in it. I used to add about 2 teaspoons into the mixture, but I was finding that the flavour wasn't really chocolatey, so I now add 1 teaspoon in and then another teaspoon on the top once it's done. So now that that's all done in, I'm going to just mix it all together until it forms a bit of a pasty batter. So now that that's all mixed together, I'm just going to place it into my little ramekin dish. Remember to fry light that before you put it in, because it's less likely to stick to it. But other options I usually use is little ramekins like this, or I use a muffin tray. Just always remember to fry light it, and then those ones you can separate up, but with this one I tend to eat it all in one go for my breakfast, so I'm just going to pour that in now. So now that that's done, I'm just literally going to put it in the oven on 180 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. I've seen other people adding extra Sweet Freedom Choc Shot into it, little dollops here and there as it bakes, so it makes it go a bit runny inside, but I don't think I'm going to do that today. I'm just going to wait until it's baked, and then I'm going to add another teaspoon on the top. So while that's cooking in the oven, I'm just going to prepare some speed. I'm going to have an apple and a pear with it. I don't really have much of the speed food in at the moment until I go shopping at the weekend, so I'm just going to cut up these, and so then when it's done I can just place them on top. So I've just got it out the oven, seems to be all cooked. I've checked it with a knife and stuff, so now I'm just going to drizzle on, I've measured out a teaspoon of the chocolate sauce. I'm just going to drizzle that all over the top. I think it just gives it a little bit more flavour, and there's a little bit of chocolate on the top, and also I really love chocolate, so it's nice to just taste a little bit when I'm eating it. Also with that I've obviously got my pear and my apple. It's gone a bit weird because I've left it for like 15 minutes, but it'll still taste nice. And then with it I've also got a big massive glass of the apple and pear fruit and barley, and because it's the no added sugar one, it is free on Slim and World, so that'll give me quite a good intake of me water and stuff today, because I'm obviously going to try and strive for that 2 litre, but I'll try anyways.